on the deep end, a new pilot program by the Seattle Men's Chorus is using music and student storytelling to tackle the issue of bullying against the LGBTQ community.
Just this week, the chorus brought this important message to students at 2 schools on Mercer Island to show how allyship can save lives. And the program will be featured on an upcoming student-hosted podcast later this month. I spoke with the chorus's artistic director, Paul Caldwell, and podcast member, Gavin Mulfelder. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you again, Paul, and welcome to ARC Seattle. Gavin, thank you so much for joining us. I wanted to go kind of in the backstory, which we like to talk about on this show before, about how this new program came about. What was its inspiration?
Well, the reality is that LGBTQ youth are at risk. Everyone knows that. 3.3 times more likely to attempt suicide than their straight peers. And I've spent a large part of my life and career trying to shout from the rooftops, hoping a queer kid would hear me, "You're beautiful just the way you are." Yeah. I wonder how much that message gets through when the statistics are still so horrifying. And then I also start to wonder, how effective is that message coming from me because I am an old man, right? So the idea is that we want to empower straight youth to understand that if a queer kid hears that message from a straight peer, that can save a life. Your voice can save a life. So what we're doing with this program is really trying to enable straight kids to understand how important it is that they notice when queer kids are being diminished, and that they simply offer words of encouragement, words of support, words of approval, words of acceptance. It's really just kindness that we're asking for, but we're asking them to pay attention and to notice, because there are many forces in our world today that would ask us to avert our eyes from what is going on with queer kids, trans kids especially, and so we're just trying to fix that, build community, and using music to do it.
What difference does that straight allyship make in the grand scheme of things? How important is that?
I know it's important. I mean, it's what saved me when I needed to hear a word of support. It was a straight kid who said to me, if I have a son and he grows up to be you, I will be proud. And that, we grow up feeling ashamed, we grow up trying to hide, we grow up feeling like we're somehow not as good as our straight peers. So to hear straight people say, that message that you have in the back of your head, that's wrong, right? It's wrong. I don't believe that. So we want more straight kids to understand how important it is for them to just quietly speak up.
Gavin, I wanted to bring you into the conversation too, because I know an important component of this is this upcoming podcast episode that's a partnership through C89.5. And this is part of a Coping 101 series. What can people expect with this particular podcast episode, and maybe talk a little bit more about what that series is?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to say thank you so much for having me today. And thank you so much, Paul, for sitting down with me earlier for that interview.
It's always great. Thank you.
Of course. I appreciate that. Well, C89.5's Coping 101 is a podcast focused on teen mental health and destigmatizing it. It's ran by high schoolers from Nathan Hale, which I just recently graduated from last year.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And we bring on artists, clinicians, and just creatives in the greater Seattle area to discuss their own journeys through mental health and what can help them feel better in terms of healing, in terms of creating, and everything in that spectrum. And this specific episode, as you mentioned, is about allyship, and we brought Paul on to discuss his own journey, as well as ways that we all can, especially teens, people my age, help each other and support, because that is hand in hand with mental health.
Yeah. What do you hope comes out of the conversation? And, I'm sitting here thinking about the different time that we're in now, maybe compared to when Paul was a youngster. I'm part of the community too, when I was a youngster too, and maybe what it's like for young people that are growing up and dealing with the issues of today when they're part of the LGBTQ plus community. When you have that conversation, what do you hope sticks with those teens?
Absolutely, that you are not alone. I think Obviously, hate always transforms in many different ways. And in my generation, we have social media. We have all these things where you're always interconnected with your peers, for the better or the worse. And there is so much bullying that goes on there. There is a lot of isolation that can come from that. And I know a lot of friends of mine who are also part of the community who have dealt with that from middle school all the way to high school, now even into college. And what I really hope people take away from this episode is that you're never alone. There are so many people that have had similar experiences, that have gone through it, that are on the side, that are creating, that are taking that trauma and that pain that they experienced in their youth and creating beautiful things. And you can do the same. You know, you're your own person, you're your own destiny, and you shouldn't let others take that away from you. And there's people that are there to support you for that.
How can people listen to the episode?
Yeah, so Coping 101 is published on Spotify. It's on C89.5's website as well. We have a few other places that we publish it, but typically you can find it on our website there. C89.5.
A great station too, by the way.
Absolutely, thank you.
Avid
I appreciate
listener,
it. I appreciate it.
that. If people want to see the current Seattle Men's Chorus concerts, how can they do that?
Well, we're at Benaroya Hall on Saturday.
Okay.
On Saturday the 9th, and then the following week we're performing at the Pantages in Tacoma, and it's a great show. And like I said before, it's all about rainbows. We say at the Men's Chorus we want our rainbow to be more like the big fancy Crayola box, you know, 128 colors with all these choices and all these options, and everyone can come to the party. So it's going to be a great time.
And just have a good time and party and listen to some great music.
Right.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Lots of crayons in the color box.
I love it. And I love Paul's message on allyship. I mean, you think about those statistics that are just hurting youth. And so this is, you know, a step toward hopefully decreasing, bringing some of those numbers down.
Especially what's happening in the country right now when, you know, communities like the trans community in particular are getting attacked, and there's been some anti-LGBTQ plus laws being passed in so many states across the country. That allyship with some of our straight neighbors is even more important right now.
Yeah.